Garth Brooks' journey to becoming the most successful country singer of all time is not merely a tale of musical talent, but one of relentless perseverance, deep-rooted authenticity, and an unmatched connection with his audience. Born Troil. Garth Brooks on February 7, 1962. In Tulsa, Oklahoma, he was the youngest child in a blended family. His father, Troil Raymond Brooks, worked as a draftsman for an oil company, while his mother, Colleen Carroll, was a former country singer signed to Capitol Records in the 1950s. Growing up in the small town of Yukon, Oklahoma, Brooks was surrounded by music, but his initial passion leaned more toward athletics than melodies. He was an all-around athlete in high school and received a track and field scholarship to Oklahoma State University, specializing in javelin. However, beneath the surface of this sports-driven persona was a burgeoning passion for music, particularly the blend of rock and country that would later define his signature style. While attending college, Brooks began performing at local clubs and bars, influenced by a wide range of artists including George Strait, James Taylor, Dan Fogelberg, and the rock stylings of Kiss and Queen. These eclectic influences laid the groundwork for the genre-blurring style that would become his hallmark. Still, success didn't come overnight. After graduating with a degree in advertising, Brooks made his first trip to Nashville in 1985. The visit was short-lived and disheartening. He returned to Oklahoma within 24 hours, frustrated by the intimidating nature of the music industry's capital. But Brooks was not one to back down from a challenge. Encouraged by his then-wife Sandy Mall, whom he had married in 1986, he made a second attempt in 1987. This time, he approached Nashville with more resolve, showcasing his demo tapes and playing small gigs while working odd jobs to support himself. Garth's break came in 1988 when he caught the attention of Capitol Records' Lynn Schultz. Despite being one of many new hopefuls in Music City, Brooks stood out with his magnetic stage presence and genre-defying musical vision. Schultz was captivated by Brooks' voice, charisma, and the potential for crossover appeal. He was quickly signed, and his self-titled debut album, Garth Brooks, was released in 1989. The album was a commercial success, climbing the Billboard country charts with singles like Much Too Young to Feel This Damn Old, If Tomorrow, Never Comes, and The Dance. The latter, in particular, struck a chord with audiences and critics alike, showcasing Brooks' emotional depth and songwriting prowess. With his cowboy hat, dynamic energy, and heartfelt lyrics, Brooks became an immediate favorite among fans who were yearning for a modern yet authentic voice in country music. By the time his second album, No Fences, was released in 1990, Garth Brooks was no longer just a rising star, he was a phenomenon. The album spent 23 weeks at #1 on the Billboard Top Country Albums chart and produced hit after hit, including Friends in Low Places, The Thunder Rolls, and Unanswered Prayers. These songs not only showcased his range as a vocalist, but also solidified his reputation as a master storyteller. Friends in Low Places became an anthem for working-class Americans and remains one of the most beloved country songs of all time. Brooks' ability to tap into universal emotions, heartache, joy, loss, and hope, was unparalleled, but what truly separated him from his contemporaries was his electrifying live performances. Inspired by the theatrics of rock shows, Brooks brought a level of energy and showmanship to country concerts that had never been seen before. He sprinted across stages, leaped from risers, and interacted with fans in a way that made each performance feel intimate, no matter the venue size. In 1991, Brooks released Rope in the Wind, which became the first country album in history to debut at #1 on the Billboard 200 chart. This crossover success was unheard of at the time, and marked a turning point in country music's relationship with mainstream audiences. It was a bold statement that country artists could compete with pop and rock acts on a global scale. Brooks continued to push boundaries with his 1992 album The Chase, followed by In Pieces in 1993 and Fresh Horses in 1995. Each album produced chart-topping hits and sold millions of copies, establishing a level of commercial dominance that was previously unthinkable in the genre. Yet, through all the fame and record-breaking achievements, Brooks remained grounded in his roots. He often credited his success to the fans and remained accessible, frequently expressing gratitude and humility in interviews. Despite his meteoric rise, the mid to late 1990s brought personal and professional challenges. Brooks's marriage to Sandy Mall was strained under the pressures of fame and constant touring. They eventually separated in 1999 and finalized their divorce in 2001. During this time, Brooks also began to reconsider his priorities. In 2000, at the peak of his career, he made the stunning announcement that he would retire from music to spend more time with his 3 daughters. Fans were shocked, and the industry was stunned. But Brooks was resolute. He stepped away from the spotlight and moved to Oklahoma to focus on fatherhood, maintaining a relatively private life while occasionally appearing for benefit concerts or special events. Even in retirement, Brooks' influence on country music was undeniable. His records continued to sell, and his legacy only grew. He won countless awards, including multiple Grammys, Country Music Association Awards, and Academy of Country Music honors. He was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 2012 and remains one of the best-selling solo artists in U.S. history, surpassing even Elvis Presley in total album sales. Brooks's return to music came gradually. In 2005, he released a box set exclusively through Walmart, followed by a few select performances. The true comeback began in 2009 when he announced a residency at the Encore Theater in Las Vegas, where he performed solo acoustic shows that offered fans a rare, stripped-down look at his music and storytelling. Brooks' full return came in 2014 with the launch of a New World Tour and the release of Man Against Machine, his first studio album. In over a decade, the tour broke ticket sales records across multiple cities and reaffirmed his place at the top of the genre. He also embraced new technology and digital platforms, making his music available through his own service, Ghost Tunes, and later through Amazon. His decision to bypass traditional streaming services at first was a bold move, but it emphasized his commitment to maintaining control over his art and how it was delivered to fans. In 2020, he was awarded the prestigious Library of Congress Gershwin Prize for Popular Song, becoming the youngest recipient in the award's history. That same year, he performed at the presidential inauguration of Joe Biden, underscoring his enduring relevance and appeal across generations and political divides. Brooks' longevity in the music industry is not just a testament to his talent, but also his willingness to evolve while staying true to his values. He continually found new ways to connect with audiences, from live streaming performances during the COVID-19 pandemic to releasing double albums that spanned multiple genres. His marriage to fellow country star Trisha Yearwood, whom he wed in 2005, added a new dimension to his personal and professional life. The couple became a beloved duo, often performing together and supporting various philanthropic causes. Yearwood's influence helped shape Brooks's later work, which explored themes of love, maturity, and reflection, with even more depth. What truly sets Garth Brooks apart, beyond his record sales and awards, is the emotional bond he shares with his audience. He doesn't just sing songs. He tells stories that reflect the lived experiences of everyday people. His concerts are more than performances. They're communal celebrations where fans feel seen, heard, and understood. Whether it's the defiant revelry of Ain't Goin' Down Till the Sun Comes Up or the introspective beauty of The River, Brooks captures the complexities of life in a way that resonates deeply. His music transcends demographics and borders, making him not just a country superstar but a cultural icon. As of today, Garth Brooks remains a towering figure in country music and beyond. With over 170 million records sold worldwide, numerous diamond-certified albums, and a fan base that spans continents, his influence is immeasurable. He paved the way for future generations of country artists to dream bigger, perform louder, and think beyond traditional boundaries. His story is not one of overnight success, but of resilience, authenticity, and a lifelong dedication to his craft. Garth Brooks didn't just become the most successful country singer of all time. He redefined what was possible for the genre and left an indelible mark on music history. His legacy will endure not just through his songs, but through the countless lives he touched with his voice, his vision, and his heart.